I just said yes because of the way he asked the question. Now, even when it was working, panel, it accomplished nothing. Here's what happened. When I say even when it was working, it blew a fuse 5 minutes before airtime. Behind me here is a long control panel. All sorts of electrical switches, little dials that go back and forth. And when the thing was working, very slowly, these foot pieces would go to the side and they would tilt you up on your toes and so forth. And when you had finished doing all of this, it was of no use whatsoever. And the machine's cost is $4,200. Now, let me tell you that Mr. Larrick, you want to come down here, sir? He is the commissioner of the United States Food and Drug Administration, and he tells me that many people have paid anywhere from $5 to $25 a treatment on this machine until the Food and Drug Administration seized the machine and proved it was absolutely useless. What was the device supposed to do, sir?
It was supposed to cure most of the ailments of mankind. It was supposed to straighten out your spine, and that was supposed to be the key to the cure of tuberculosis, rheumatism, and a vast array of serious human diseases.
Well, I want you to see some of the other devices that the Food and Drug Administration has seized and condemned by court order. And when you see them, it's possible that you'll laugh because they do have their funny aspects. Unfortunately, however, a lot of ill people have spent a lot of money each year buying or using them. Now, we'll show you some of these devices, hard to believe. Let's take this most imposing-looking console here, sir. Can you tell us about it?
Well, this is an antipathic radiation laboratory. And you took a piece of cotton with some body fluid, preferably blood, and put it in this orifice. And then by manipulating these dials in a very impressive way, you were supposed to be able to ascertain anything that's wrong with you.
This was a diagnostic machine.
That was a diagnostic machine, and it sold for $495, and a great many people wasted their hard-earned money on the machine to no avail.
Now, he very grandly referred to this as an orifice, another word which is hole, and the awful part about it is there's nothing in there. It's just a hole. It's not connected to anything. So you take a blood sample on some cotton, stuff it in there, turn the dials, and then the fellow says you've got tuberculosis, you know. Isn't that terrible? Now, look, let me model this for you. Sir, there's the data on it.
Well, that's a helmet, a thermoplax helmet, that would be connected with the electric line. And when you turned it on, it would vibrate. And that would cure asthma and all sorts of allergies and diseases of that nature. And that cost you, for nothing, $25.
$25. It gives you a whale of a good headache, too. Now then, here I think is perhaps the most cruel of them all. This is nothing more than what I would describe as a brass nail. And with a safety pin, you attached it to yourself. How much did these sell for, sir?
$300 plus sales tax.
$300 plus sales tax, and what was the purpose of it, supposedly?
It was supposed to cure everything from diabetes to high blood pressure and low blood pressure, and it was sold to some very famous people.
And also, you told me, one, this is supposed to be a fun show, but if we accomplish something here by scaring people away from these things, it'll be worth putting a little damper on the proceedings. You were telling me about the little child.
Yes, the radioactive material in there was supposed to cure this child of its diabetes. And the child gave up the insulin, rather the parents gave up the insulin, and the child died.
So there is a serious purpose to all this, and this is only scratching the surface of the many, many quack devices. Henry, yes?
Sir, are they still selling those frightening cancer cure electric devices?
There's no end to them. We've put them out of business and new ones come along. But we're very energetically pursuing a course to take them into federal court as fast as we can find them and prove our case.
And, sir, how much money do the American people spend on these and other quack devices?
We estimate that people completely waste $1 billion a year on quackery and the treatment of serious diseases.
$1 billion?
$1 billion. They not only lose their money, but they deprive themselves of competent medical care.
And what can we do about it, sir? And if somebody approaches you with some of these gadgets?
Before you spend your money on contraptions or other devices, I would consult with my own physician, go to your local health department, or ask the Food and Drug Administration.
Well, sir, I think you performed a service as well as been most interesting. Thank you so much for being with us.
Get it close, sir.
Now, we'll be back with you again right after this important message. Here we go.